Good morning, all of you. Before going into this lesson, let me introduce myself. I am Chargula Ramu, lecturer in English, Government Degree College for Men Autonomous Kadapa. In first semester, General English, third unit, fourth lesson is articles. Articles, preposition, tenses, these three are very important in English grammar. So, first of all, what are articles? Here, a or an and the are called articles, and these are demonstrative adjectives. They come before a noun or place or thing or animal. So, these articles help us whether we are talking about a particular person, thing, animal, place in general way or particular way. So whether we are referring this animal, person, thing or place in a particular way or general way. So these articles are two types. One is indefinite article, second one is definite article. And a or an, these are called indefinite article. you know Grammar means rules of a language. So when do we use a or an? So there are some rules. Let us know about these rules. A or an, rule number 1, a or an is used before a singular consonant sound nouns. Consonant sounds, not consonants. So example is a book, a pen, a week, a pencil, a dog, a 2 rupee note, a quill, a rat, etc., a tub, a fan, etc. And for an example is an egg, an eagle, an elephant, an umbrella, an engineer, an ass, an eye. So rule number 2, some words start with vowel but it produces consonant sounds. At that time a comes before them. So though they were vowels, but it produces consonant sounds. At that time we don't use an before them, but we use a. For example, here a university, a union, European, a 1 rupee note. So these E, A, O, these are actually they are vowels, but here in this word they are producing vowel sounds, sorry, consonant sounds. For that reason, instead of an, we put a here. So especially in competitive examinations, questions come from this examples. Rule number 3, some words and abbreviations start with the consonants but produces vowel sound. At that time we use an before such nouns. For example, an hour, an honest, an honorable man, an heir, an MLA, an MA candidate, an FM radio, an honorarium, an MP, an LLB, an X-ray, an HCL, an SBI, an RMP. You see here, you don't call hour, don't call honest. Why? Because here H is silent. An honorable man, an heir, an MLA, M, E it start with E. An MA, ME, next FM, an honorarium, an MP, an LLB, an X-ray, like that. So these words are start with the consonants, but it produces vowel sounds. For that purpose, instead of A, we put an here. Here there is rule number 4. We use a or an before countable nouns to indicate one. She bought a computer. She bought an umbrella. There is a visitor for you. She is a friend of my father. That means where there is a meaning one, instead of one we put a. We use a or an to define people or things. A cow is a useful animal. A cow means all cows, not a single cow, but all cows. She is a beautiful woman. He is a doctor. Then Varun is an engineer. Then sixth rule, we use an exclamations after what a single countable noun. So in exclamations we use a, where there is a meaning for single. What a beautiful flower, what a pity, what a lovely dress it is, like that. Rule number 8, we use a in certain similes and metaphors. Simile and metaphor, these are figures of speech. We know we use figures of speech especially in poetry. And simile means comparing two things or persons by using like, as, resembles. And metaphor means comparing two persons, things without using words like as, resemble. You see, she walks like a queen. She is compared with the queen. He looks like a gentleman. The palm tree appears as a ladder between the sky and the earth. You see here the comparison between palm tree and sky. Sorry, palm tree and ladder. So when do we not use articles? This is very, very important. So we should know where we should use articles, where we should not use articles. So there are some situations when we are talking things, when we are talking about things in general purpose. For example, milk is good for you. Milk is good for you. We are talking in general purpose. At the time we don't use articles. To talk about sports and games, before these sports names we don't use articles. Before names of countries, Japan, France, like that, we don't use articles. Before the names of languages, Telugu, English, Hindi, Urdu, we don't use articles there. Before names of railway stations, where they are when they are also place names, before railway stations names we don't use. Before the names of meals, dinner, tiffin, lunch, we don't use articles. Before noun plus number, the laboratory is in room number 6. So before noun plus number, at that time we don't use a or an. So the second one is definite article the. So this is very, very important. The definite article the is used to refer a particular person or thing. It is used with uncountable, singular and plural nouns. So it is also used for uncountable, singular and plural nouns. When we are talking about a thing in a particular manner, the egg I bought, the water, the chair, the vehicle, So this is we used for countable, uncountable, singular or plural nouns. So here there are some rules. We use the before a particular person or thing. The book you had given me was lost. He is the boy who gave me the key. That means he is the particular boy we are mentioning. He went into his room and locked the door. So this is rule number 2. We use the before a word when the word is used second time. So second time using, when the word particular word is using second time, at the time we use the. I bought an egg, the egg is broken. Here egg is using second time. For that reason we put the here. She gave me a knife and a spoon. The spoon was dirty. I bought a pen, but I left the pen in the shop. Rule number 3. We use the before singular noun to represent the whole group. That means when we represent the whole race, whole group, we use the. The cow is a useful animal. That means the whole cows. The horse is a noble animal. The rose is a sweet flower. So it is rule number 4. We use the before adjectives in superlative degrees. That means superlative degrees where superlatives est, longest, short, longest, biggest, highest, like that. This is the best book on English grammar. Vijayawada is the largest city in AP. This is the poorest family in our village. He is the most clever boy in the class. Like that. Rule number 5. When the comparison is between two things, we use the before the comparative degree. Not only in superlative degrees, we also use the in comparative degree. She is the taller of the two. So when the comparison is between two things, we use the before noun. She is the taller. She is the taller of the two. Like that. That is the example. Then rule number 6. The is used before adjectives which indicate whole group or class. They provide food and clothes for the poor. The old man lay propped upon cushion. Only the rich live in the neighborhood. It is a school for the blind. That means not blind means total blind people, like that. The rich means all are rich there. The poor means all poor, like that. 7th rule. The is used before the name of unique things. That means that is the only thing on the earth. No two, only one. The sky suddenly went dark and it started to rain. The sun rises in the east. The waste was dumped in the sea. Which is the largest city in the world? The moon is the natural satellite of the earth. That means all these are universal things. Before these universal things we use the. Then next rule number 8, we use they before the names of directions and positions. Direction east, west, north, south, like that. The houses are less expensive in the north than in the south. He was sitting in the middle of the room. Can you polish the top of the table? Like that. The grocery store is on the right. Then rule number 9. We use the before the names of following things. Before this following nouns, we use the before the names of rivers. We use the before names of rivers. The Godavari, the Yamuna, the Penna, the Ganges, the Krishna, like that. Before the names of rivers, we use the. We use the before the names of seas, the Bay of Bengal, the Arabia Sea, the Indian Ocean, like that. Before the names of mountain ranges, not single mountain name, but mountain ranges. So we don't put the before Mount Everest, but we put the in whole Himalayas. In the Himalayas, Everest is only a single mountain, like that. So mountain ranges, the Himalayas, the Vindhya, the Alps, like that. Holy books, Ramayana, the Bible, the Gita, the Mahabharata, etc. Then theaters, the Arden, the Natras, etc. Hotels, the Taj Hotel, the Star Hotel, etc. Then historical monuments, the Taj Mahal, the Charminar, the Gandikota, the Red Fort. Then trains, the Rayalaseema Express, Venkatadri Express, ships, the Titanic. Then aeroplanes, the Victoria, the Boeing 850. We use the before the names of newspapers, the Hindu, the Deccan Chronicle, the Times of India. Then it is very very important, we use the before the names of musical instruments, that is the piano, the flute, the guitar, the violin. We use the before the ordinals. He is the third person who received this prize. The 3rd of June 1972. She wrote several books in the 90s. That means where there is a number particular, when we are mentioning a particular order wise, where we are mentioning a particular number in the order, at that time before that number we use the. She wrote several books in the 90s. The Nile is the second largest river in the world. Then rule number 11, we use the before places we visit in the town. We don't go very often to the cinema. That means when we are mentioning a particular place in the cities or towns. Did you go to the disco on Sunday? That is second example. Then I am going to the bank. We go to shopping in the more supermarket. We went to the theater to see movie. Then we use the before the abbreviations. So the UK, the UNESCO, the USSR, the UAE. So these are United States or countries, like that. Before abbreviations, big abbreviations are these international organizations. We use the when we talk about nationality, when we are talking about whole nation, the French, the Dutch, the British means all Britishers, the French means all French people, like that. Then rule number 4, rule number 14, we use the before the names of clubs and societies. The United Club, the Rotary Club, the Lions Club, the Youth Society. So before the names of clubs and societies, we use the. Then we don't use the in the following conditions. Before proper nouns, common noun, proper nouns. Before names, we don't use the. Vivekananda, Tagore, Raghu. Before, we don't use the before names. Before abstract nouns. Abstract means we cannot measure them. Beauty, pleasure, grammar, courage, honesty, we cannot measure them. So before such type of uncountable nouns, abstract nouns, we don't use the. Before material nouns, copper, gold, oil, steel, we don't use the before these materials. We don't use the before the names of colors, blue, red, black, etc. We don't use before the before these colors. We don't use the before names of diseases like fever, cold, diabetes, pneumonia, etc. We don't use the before names of languages like French, English, Telugu, Tamil. Before the names of relations, mother, father, brother, etc. We don't use the before days, months, seasons, summer, Sunday, Monday, like that. We don't use the before senses, eye, nose, ear, skin, tongue, like that. We don't use the before names of games, cricket, tennis, chess, etc. We don't use the before the names of meals, breakfast, lunch, dinner, etc. So this is articles. Thank you.